So wonderful. Good afternoon, dear LinkedIn community, Composites Launch members, JEC Forum DACH, buyers and sellers, JEC World visitors and exhibitors and sponsors. We are today live with our regional director of the JEC Group, Anne-Carol Barbara, and Elmar Witten, managing director of AVK, one of the very traditional associations in Germany. Hello, welcome you both.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi,
Our
good
topic today
afternoon.
will be mainly revolving around JEC Forum DACH, which is a very exciting new format that has been brought by the JEC Group to Germany and meanwhile also to Italy, Southeast Asia, and it will be also expanding and we will get the latest news from Ankarol. But Ankarol, so my first question, and let's dive directly into this approximately 1 hour LinkedIn Live. Tell us, what is the history of the JEC forums and why is the DACH region, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, so important in their development?
Yes, thank you, Ilkay. The JEC forums were created to foster regional connections in the composite industry and address the demand for local engagement. The JEC Forum DACH naturally developed in the DACH region, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, which are the leading countries in the composite industry. The region plays a key role in the automotive and aerospace industry and also other sectors that use composites on the large scale. As part of JEC's mission to promote composites, we launched this business meetings event format in 2021 in partnership with the AVK, which is the leading composites association in the region and our privileged partner since 2021.
So let me come back to the picture then. Dear community, thanks you, Ankarol, for the introductory words of the JEC Forum, and also that you have highlighted already AVK's role here. Now we have another role, that is the community. Community right now, please write in the comments, can you see us good? Can you hear us good? From where are you tuning in? And also, what is your relationship in composites, in lightweight technologies? Please write that in the comments. And if you have any comments or any questions, please do not hesitate. Write on this topic, write it in the chat. We love this interactive feature of LinkedIn and like to answer all your questions that you are having. The Ankarol, my next question to you is the 2024 edition is in Stuttgart.
Yes.
Now we had Frankfurt, which I unfortunately had to miss out because of some pandemics were going still on at that time. But then there was Augsburg, which was great, and last year it was Salzburg, a fantastic location. So this year on October 22, 23, we will be in Stuttgart, Baden-Württemberg, Germany again. So why did you choose Stuttgart for this edition?
First of all, Stuttgart is Germany's automotive capital, home to companies like Mercedes Benz and Porsche, which make extensive use of composite materials in their vehicles. But the region is also home to innovative SMEs and world-class research institutes. This combination, along with the strategic importance of the composites industry, made Stuttgart the perfect choice for this 2024 edition. Our next forum will take place on October 22 and 23 at the Maritim Hotel, right in the center city of Stuttgart. And we will also organize a special visit to Mercedes Benz plant on the morning of October 24.
So that sounds like a packed full program. Wonderful. And now tell me, in our community, Ankarol, we're talking with JEC World, for example, about an exhibition. But here in JEC DACH, we are talking about a forum. For those who have not the clear idea, why did you, or what is the format of a forum in your mind, in your explanation?
Yes, a forum, first of all, is a small event gathering 300 to 500 maximum individuals. And these kinds of events are built around three main elements: business meetings, first of all, conferences, and innovation. The business meetings allow participants to schedule personal meetings with key players in the composites value chain and in advance. The conference program is designed by the AVK, and I think that Elmar will develop this part of the program of the event. And lastly, innovation is highlighted with the annual AVK Award ceremony and the Innovation Startup session led by JEC in partnership with the AVK.
So let's then take also Elmar into the picture.
Yes.
And Carol, I will come back to you in a minute. So I will continue with Elmar. So Elmar, I know Elmar now already a couple of years now. He's the managing director of AVK, and AVK is one of the really, in German we say Platzhirsch, long-standing
I don't know the word here.
I don't know how to translate that. If someone from the community knows how to translate Platzhirsch, which is like someone established long time in the place, then please write it in the comments. So Elmar is the managing director of the AVK, and I've already introduced AVK formally. Please have a look at our various videos that we had. Now, Elmar, you are credited or trusted with the conference program. Tell us about how do you make these conference programs? What is important for you on these conference programs once you are organizing this?
Yeah, thanks, Ilkay, for being here today. And I would like to maybe explain a little the role of AVK in partnership with JEC for the JEC Forum DACH. As you already mentioned, the JEC Forum DACH is on the market since 2021, and we are partnering from the beginning on. As Anne-Carole said, we are, I don't know how you said, preferred partner or something. So it's really a very good partnership, and we try to give some content to the event, and that is, for example, in organizing the conference program. So for the people, as Anne-Carole already mentioned, it's important to meet other people at this event. So it's a organization of business meetings, but people are also very happy to get some input by speeches about actual topics, let's say. And we always try to have topics which are important for the industry. So this year we will focus on sustainability, which is of course one of the main topics at the moment for the industry, and especially for the composites industry, and on recycling. We have a keynote speech right at the beginning of the event from Volvo, so focusing on the automotive sector about challenges and opportunities for integrating fossil-free materials in the transportation industry. Then we have another section about innovative startups organized by JEC and us on the afternoon, and then we will start the next morning with a session about new applications in the mobility sector, and we will end the second day with a market overview about the GFRP market, so glass fiber reinforcements and carbon fiber reinforcements. Michael Sauer, the colleague from Composites United, and me, we will give an update about what is happening in the market. And I think this is a good frame for the participants to get input in the morning when they come to the event and closing. So that's our role mainly at this event.
Yeah, sounds fantastic. The role and an exciting, format, and it's always great to have a media hub like the JEC Group engaging the associations with the content and also the relationships that are down in the market. But now let me divert a bit from the hard facts and the program to a more happy occasion. So you guys it is incredible, but you have an anniversary, and you will be celebrating this anniversary at this JEC Forum DACH in Stuttgart. What is it about? Tell us, our community.
Yeah, we are very happy and very proud to be, I think I can say, the oldest federation in the plastics industry worldwide. I don't know any organization which exists as long as we do. So we are very proud to have our 100-year anniversary this year. And we will celebrate this anniversary at the JEC Forum DACH on the evening of the first day. We will have a keynote speech from Professor Henning from Fraunhofer ICT at this event, and some surprises. So I will not mention now, but we will have really a celebrity on our 100-year anniversary. And I think one reason that we do exist as long as we do is that we always try to offer the right topics for our members. So we have all in all more than 200 member companies from all the value chain in the composite industry, and we are offering our so-called expert task forces. Only our member companies can participate in these expert task forces, and we are always on time with the topics. So we have new topics like sustainability, recycling, but we have also expert task force meetings, for example, for SMC, BMC. I know this group will meet for the, I think, 75th meeting. So this group already exists since decades. So we are offering some topics since years, but also offering new topics. And I think that's one reason why we exist since 100 years, and we want to exist 100 years more.
Yeah. So just for our community that is maybe not so iterate and knowledgeable about fiber reinforced polymers, SMC stands for sheet molding compound or composites, and BMC is the bulk. So the difference is, on the sheet molding, you have endless roll good material, similar to a pre-preg, and it's tacky. And then on the bulk, you have some bags with full of fibers and the resin, and there you can press components out of it. And the sheet molding is more for the flat areas. Now imagine one of the examples I've seen was the Kofferraum, was it the trunk of Mercedes SLK, which is made from a SMC part in order to make it more lightweight. So this is what we're talking, and this is one of the very classical and first processes in the composites industry, and that's no wonder that they are meeting now the 75th time, which is really a huge number.
If I may add, with SMC and BMC parts, we are producing serial products in the automotive industry since the 1960s. So this is a serial production in the automotive industry is not a new topic for the composites industry, but we do that especially with this kind of material, meanwhile, since 40 years or 50 years.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. Not a new topic, but we of course are always looking as an industry and as a branch for new topics. And this is where I get now Ankerol back into the picture, and we will be talking about startups. And my question, Ankerol, to you is about the startup culture within the JEC Group is very, very strong. Anyone who went to JEC World already knows that at the main entrance from the portal, you are looking directly at the startup village, which is a fantastic view for the camera, by the way, where we do also carry out some of the interviews. So can you tell us about the startups that are participating this year on the Booster Challenge?
Yes, of course. It's part of our role also to expand the composite industry in the regional markets, and to look for young companies and very innovative companies. This year at JEC Forum DACH, the Innovation Startup session will be in the spotlight, actually, with several young companies participating in the event and in the business meetings program. Among them, we are very proud to announce the presence of Yves Rivert from the Netherlands, Infinici from Germany, Uplift 360 from Luxembourg, Spiral RTC from the Netherlands again, and Veritex from Switzerland. Those startups stand out for their groundbreaking innovation in the composite industry and also in sustainability, because the session will highlight all about sustainability, which is a great topic in the industry and, of course, in the automotive industry, also in Stuttgart. They will present their project and have the opportunity to meet with potential business partners through the business meetings program.
Yes, and these startups, they are young, but they have very good and great ideas. So they're innovating the composites industry, and we need innovation all the time. And one of the features of composites, it's inherent in the composites ideas, the innovation part. Yeah, you mentioned sustainability. Sustainability is the key driver at this moment, but we need a lot of innovation. So we come from SMC, BMC, as we mentioned before with Elmar, and now with RTM systems, with high pressure systems coming in. So this industry is highly technological and innovative. AI is coming strongly into the scene in order to optimize the production. And Carol, is it possible that we arrange a video with the winner of the Startup Booster?
Oh, of course. Why not? Yes, it's a good idea. Yes.
Yeah. So anyone, Eve Reverse, Infinity, Uplift, Spiral RTC, or Vertex, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you guys, and I will interview the number one right on the stage at DACH Forum, at Forum DACH, in order to get even more visibility towards our end users. Yeah. So said that, I want to get Elmar back for now. Elmar, now we discussed the startup scene. Now, traditionally, you have these innovation awards of AVK, and it makes perfect sense to get these innovation awards handed over during an event like the JEC Forum DACH. So please run us through the categories one more time, because there are so many, I sometimes lose sight on them. And are the I presume, like Carol mentioned, now the startups that are in the final round are the innovation candidates, innovation candidates. Are they already published, or is that still under disclosure? And how do you manage the process during JEC Forum DACH of the Innovation Awards?
We will make the Innovation Award ceremony during our 100-year ceremony. So at the end of the first day at JEC Forum DACH. And the categories for the Innovation Awards at the AVK are, on the one hand, category number one is innovative products. Sorry. Category number two is innovative processes, and category number three is innovative research and science. So we give 3 awards, number 1, 2, and 3, in each of these 3 categories. And just to mention it, sustainability is one of the criteria to win number 1, 2, or 3. And I know all the winners already, but I cannot mention them, Ilkay, because we always do that in the ceremony. So the winner itself know already that they are a winner, but I do not know if they are winner of number 1, 2, or 3. So even the winners in the categories are invited to the event. They know they won a prize, but not if it's number 1, 2, or 3. So we would like to do that on the evening itself. So, but we have companies from the transport sector, from the construction sector, from sports and leisure, so from all kinds of applications in the composite industry, as in all the years. And we had more than 60 submissions for the Innovation Award. So really, it's really a hard job for the jury to give the prizes to only 3 companies. We have many innovations in our industry.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. I didn't expect that you will release the winners. But the nominees, are they published somehow, or?
No.
Also not. Okay. So even the
No.
nominees are under disclosure. Okay.
Okay.
So community, unfortunately, I cannot tag the nominees here. That's a problem. But I have at least the startups, so I can use the startups to tag them, because tagging is important for visibility and reach on LinkedIn, just as a remark. Anyway, okay, that's a great part. Elmar, I will come back to you on this one in a moment, because we have also some serious issues to talk about, and that's the industry and the economy in general. But before we do that, I would like to talk one more time to Ankarol, and want to know about Ankarol. So there is this buyer and supplier system, and the suppliers are those that typically have also a small booth, small
Yes.
stand, small representation at the forum. So can you tell us about who these companies are in 2024?
Yes, and I would like already to thank them for their participation. We have already confirmed the participation of many major suppliers this edition. This fourth edition is seeing strong success in terms of supplier registrations. We have already surpassed last year's number of registered suppliers, and there is still 1 month for the registration. Then I would like to take this opportunity to mention all the registered suppliers and to thank them. To name them in alphabetical order: Action Composite, Airtex 3X, Airtech, AZL, Base Materials, Blacks, C6 Composite Tooling, Shomara, Comec, Composite Age, Compotech, Cynet, Diefenbacher, Fatomoki Carbon, FK Group, Elantas, Freudenberg, Gunnar, Gustav Gerster, Excel, Ushmilt, Huntsman Advanced Materials, Enstawerk, IPCO, Kelters, Kumpers, Langzauer, Nippon Electric Glass Europe, Certex, and Wickert for the moment. These industry leaders will showcase their solution and innovations during the event and during the business meetings and workshop. As I said earlier, a few supplier packages are still available for companies who want to join the event. Please address me a message in personal message.
I'm sorry. So first of all, congratulations to the JEC Group for acquiring this booth and these companies. They're actually all of them very, very renowned, very, very famous, and they have great solutions. But there are also some that I would like personally also to discover. So that's a great opportunity. And you're saying you have still a few slots available. So community, if you wanna, there's still 1 month to organize left. And the program is such interesting. Reach out to Ankarol and make your case and get your spot on JEC Forum DACH, because that is only one time a year, and it's actually the only outlet or venue where really the on an objective and neutral platform many companies come together across the industry. So it's really worthwhile. And also I will be there, and I will be interviewing some key figures there, and I would be happy also to interview some of the sellers. So then that looks good, that looks promising. And let me get Elmar now in. Elmar, now you have mentioned and said before that the industry, particularly in Germany, is not in a very good shape. It's in a weak shape right now. And one of my intentions with the community engagement here is, of course, to talk also about some restraints, that challenges that markets are having right now. So what is your stance on why is the economy weak at this moment, and what would be your recommendation to the community?
So to be honest, Ilkay, I cannot explain you why the industry itself is weak at the moment. So that's not a problem only of the composite industry, but the industry itself is weak at the moment due to different and many reasons. But the composite industry is part of the general development of the industry because our main application sectors for our products, for our parts made of composites material, are on the one hand the transport sector. So half of the volume produced in the composite industry is made for transport applications, for cars, vehicles, for boats, for ships, and so on, airplanes. And another third amount of the production of composites is made for applications in the construction and infrastructure sector. And both these sectors are suffering at the moment in Europe and especially in Germany. So the transport sector and the construction sector, and that, of course, directly affects our industry because we are supporting or delivering material to in those application areas. But that does, of course, not affect all companies. So it's a general weak situation at the moment. We always figure out the market numbers, so the production of composites material, and we saw a relatively big decline last year of more than 8% in the production Europe-wide of composite material. And I don't see much growth this year. Of course, the year is not ended, but we will show our market figures again as in the last years at the JEC World Show in Paris, beginning of 2025. But it's really, as you said, a situation which is difficult for our industry. But the more it's important for the companies to use networks, as we offer in our association with our expert task force meetings, but also to use events like the JEC Forum DACH for business meetings. So to really look where are the opportunities in the markets at the moment. There are opportunities, of course, but it's a good chance, I think, especially in a situation like this, to use forums like the JEC Forum DACH. And we see a high interest also from our member companies to use networks to get in contact with customers, with competitors, to exchange about the situation and develop strategies.
Yeah, and I would like to take this opportunity and elaborate on this from my experience. When economies are contracting, getting slower, then of course it's the time to rethink strategies, innovation. How can I put sustainability and more efficient technologies in place? Use the slack, the low time to get creative and enter into collaborations and new projects. This is the time to do that, because in times where the economy is booming, all the orders are on capacity and even maybe over capacity limits, you don't usually have the time to do this. So now is the time to really create those bonds, the connections, and get to know with people, get to know what projects they are, get in exchange and elaborate on them. And therefore, you are absolutely right. These forums and these networking opportunities are absolute a way of getting back into a booming economy. And it is clear after each decline, there will be also an increase. So right now there is a decline, but the increase will be coming very, very short is my feeling. Of course, there are some issues like the automotive industry seems to have lost the connection with the electric drive. But on the other side, hydrogen is getting stronger in Germany. So there are still a lot of opportunities there. Yeah, planes, aerospace is looking for electrification, hydrogen in trucks, in trains, and things like that are becoming more and more.
Yeah, new flying vehicles, and so there will be new markets. There will be new markets.
Yeah, but these markets, they require, of course, a long preparation time. So the sales cycle from the first idea to the demonstrator to the start of production it takes, of course, longer. So that now, therefore, is the time to act right now. In this time, now is the opportunity to really think about these things, get informed, and therefore, please come into this JEC Forum DACH, where really, as Ankarol has mentioned, all these sellers are that really cover whole supply chain. And also the buyer list that I've seen so far from automotive industries, from your network also, Elmar, there are also very, very interesting companies that are also having the financial power to do innovations and carry them on. So that's great. And I would like to take Ankarol back into the discussion, and let's talk about these business meetings, which is basically the unique selling proposition of this forum. Tell us about the business meetings, Ankarol.
Yes, which are very, very successful. The business meetings are indeed the key highlight of this kind of event. To tell you a few, in 2023, suppliers had an average of 19 meetings each, with 100 satisfaction rate among the participants. Buyers, individuals, on the other hand, met an average of 9 new contacts during this 2023 edition, and 95% of them expressed their intention to return in 2024. As of today, we have nearly 60 buyers and hosted buyers already registered, including individuals from those kind of companies like Airbus Helicopter, Automobili Pininfarina, BMW, Ducati Motors, EACC, Mercedes Benz, MT Aerospace, Porsche, Proteus Space Technologies, Racini Europe, Rolls-Royce, Toyota Gazoo Racing Europe, Volvo Group, and Windcopter, to name a few. We expect to have this year a total of 130 buyers, including 100 hosted buyers, and plan to organize nearly 1,000 business meetings at this 4th edition, which will be very, very, very busy.
We'll be very, very busy. Yes,
Yes.
indeed. So the names you are mentioning is incredible. BMW, Mercedes Benz, MT Aerospace. But these are not only the German companies. There are also some Italian companies like Ducati Motors.
Yes, Racini Europe,
Yeah,
Automobili Pininfarina.
Yeah. Then we have Toyota, the Japanese group is also there. So Volvo Group, the Swedish group is there. Windcopter. So here we go. We have Vitol even there. So that's a wonderful achievement. And what are the concrete benefits for the suppliers and the buyers if they come to that forum and if they agree to a business meeting each other?
For the suppliers, this is a unique opportunity to have qualified meetings with the buyers who have specific needs that we register into the platform before the event. And last year, 100% of the suppliers were satisfied with the quality of the meetings and the organization of the meetings. Buyers, in return, benefit from access to a wide range of innovative solutions and new business partners they are looking for. We bring them the opportunity to create strategic contacts and that can develop into long-term partnerships.
So how does that sound, Elmar?
Sounds very good. I know, of course, some of the companies because they are also AVK members, but
Okay.
It sounds very international, and I think that's good. And but that's the self-understanding, I think, of this event. The same as for the AVK, we are not a German association, the AVK, but we are an association for the German market. And that's, I think, the same approach with the JEC Forum DACH. It's not a German show. It's not a DACH show for companies only from these countries, but for this market. And I think that's the approach. So, of course, it's international because our whole business is international.
But
the
local,
connections.
Local, international, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the connections are very, very International, and that's good because we don't want to protect make a protectionism in whatever area. The markets are all free, they're all open, and that's also the reason why we are speaking in English right now, in order to get a global reach here on LinkedIn, so that even engineers that are working maybe in German companies like in Mercedes Benz or Porsche AG, they may be international engineers not speaking German, and therefore they have now the opportunity to be informed firsthand in English language. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Elmar. Then let's also discuss about the opportunities. So you've mentioned industry right now is a bit in a rocky situation, but what is the future with composites? How do you see it going further?
Yeah, although the AVK is 100 years old and the fiber reinforced materials are also not very new, so we have materials that exist since decades, but in comparison to other materials, aluminium and etc., wood, etc., we are not in all sectors where we could be. There's a huge potential for our materials, especially in the transport sector. We cover only a little percentage of material which we could use. So there are many opportunities, or especially in the construction sector. But there are hurdles. For example, in the construction sector, it's very difficult, especially in Germany, because there are so many norms and standards that is easier, for example, for building bridges made of composite material in the Netherlands than it is in Germany due to laws, etc. So I think we have really a huge potential where we can place our material in the transport sector, in the construction sector, and companies really have to work on the potential, let's say, although the economy is weak at the moment.
So then let me be a bit critical here. Could it be that the lack of specifications and homologations on composites lead to disasters like the Carola Bridge in Dresden, which collapsed last week? Would it be better, not better, or would it not be better to have some, preconditional and preventive maintenance of these bridges with composites?
Yeah, I don't know the details why this bridge collapsed in the end, but I think
corrosion. It is corrosion.
I wanted to mention, I think it has to do something with corrosion, and if composite material would have been placed there would have been no corrosion. So exactly. I cannot say that would not have happened with composites, but there might have been a big chance that this won't happen. So it's really difficult to convince the decision makers to use plastics material, especially for buildings like bridges, etc. So we really have to work on that. And the norms are really difficult. You always only get a Zulassung, so an improvement for one bridge, but not for many bridges, so it's really difficult. But yeah, but it's difficult now to promote this event in Dresden and say that wouldn't have happened with composites material.
Yeah, we have to always look in the details, of course. But one thing is clear: the pattern, that bridges are collapsing. Or in Berlin, I have a customer in Berlin Steglitz, which is alone that part of the city has 300,000 Einwohner, inhabitants, and they have one of the main bridges has just been taken off because it was just not safe enough anymore. So all the bridges in Germany, 50 plus years old, are getting problems right now. And I think somebody in the government and the institutions should look into that and go into preventive measures very, very fast, because that is a critical situation that we have seen. It's, by the way, it reminds me of the underground infrastructure, the sewer pipes. The sewer pipes are also from the 1950s, and we know companies, for example, like Sartex, who is a seller on JEC Forum DACH, they are very, very strong with their multicom in rehabilitating these, and they're very successful with that in rehabilitating this these piping systems underground. And why should not this model be taken over to bridges, for example?
You mean this relining? There are, I think,
yes,
if I'm not wrong, I think it's 2 million kilometers in Germany with Rohre.
Reliners applied. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And,
So
and
huge
in the Carola
potential.
and in the Carola Bridge, there are so many pipings and where all this salt has been drained into, that I think somebody should look into these technologies. I'm also not the expert on bridges now, of course not. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the expert, but someone should look into this corrosion. There are solutions available. I mean, one thing is a fact: fiber reinforced polymers do not corrode. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, and
anyway,
we have to convince the decision makers who are not familiar with composite material.
Yes.
Whatever they learned before they did or do their job now, they learned something about materials, maybe about aluminium, about steel, etc., but not about plastics and especially about composite material. And that's what we are working on to enlarge the knowledge about our material. That's what we do everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So may I support you in that? So maybe we do another follow-up LinkedIn Live on this one. So let's get Anne-Carol then back on this one. Anne-Carol, sorry for letting you waiting for the next question, but this is something on my heart that I wanted to express here today publicly, that composites can be a solution for these kind of disasters. So we have heard from Elmar the future of composites. Now let's hear about the future of the JEC forums from you.
And and then we are planning to organize the next edition of the JEC Forum in Dresden. It's not on purpose, because we have planned this edition since a long time. But yes, next October 2025, the JEC Forum DACH will be held in Dresden, and we are very, very happy to be in this city. And in 2026, the edition will be held in Cologne, again in Germany, and then I think we will be back in Austria, or in Switzerland, or in the south of Germany. We are also launching a new forum next year in Central Europe, which will take place on September 17 and 18, 2025 in Krakow, Poland. And the second edition of the JEC Forum in Italy will be also held next year on June 11 and 12, 2025 by the Lake Como in Chernobyl. These events will further expand our network and offer even more collaboration opportunities. Like we said earlier, Italy and Germany is strong and working together.
So these are really, Anne-Carol, beautiful places that you have selected.
Indeed.
Indeed, yes. So in Turkish, we have a saying like, I will apply the saying directly. Join the JEC Group and live your life. Enjoy life. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, yes. So we're coming slowly towards the end. I'll take also Elmar one more time to the stage to put this all together. The last question is, let's take a global view on this one. Elmar, you have also said one small follow-up question on this one. This world becomes more international, and we are connected on an international level. I understand you are also involved in some international activities. Can you give us an idea what international activities you are working right now on?
Well, we are, for example, organizing international events. We do that for the pultrusion industry, which is one part of our composites community, the pultrusion technology. And we are organizing the so-called World Pultrusion Conference every 2 years. So this took place in 2024 this year and in Hamburg, and will take place the next time 2026, most probably in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And we are organizing, for example, for the SMC community, an event called SMC Create, which takes place now for the third time next year in Prague. So we are also organizing international events, and we are involved in international projects, in EU-funded projects, especially on sustainability and recycling. So this is also very important for us to see what are the inventions in especially for the recycling technology and sustainability.
You had a press release just this week from Composites Germany. Can you give us, in a nutshell, an information about that? What's going on in your press release?
I don't know exactly which press release you mean, Ilkay.
Okay, I will check it while I'll get the anchor roll one more time. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll get you back on the stage. So anchor roll. So talking about the international connection, now the flagship of JEC Group is JEC World in Paris. So for all our community that knows JEC World, the large exhibition in Paris, some are saying with some fun that this is the pilgrimage every year for the composites industry to go to Paris. But the JEC Group is not only this exhibition. The JEC Group has a magazine. It has forums, as you've seen right now. It has applications, mobile phone apps, and it has even a JEC TV on YouTube. So there are so many outlets. But how does that tie into the JEC world, that what you are doing with the forums?
Indeed, the JEC forums are really a complement to JEC World. The JEC forum foster regional markets of the composite industry, and indeed they are strengthened our global event JEC World, because there are newcomers from the JEC forums that come to JEC World every year, either as new exhibitors or as buyers, visitors. JEC World is held annually in Paris, and this forum allows us to build closer relationships with local players and explore regional markets dynamics. JEC World, which will take place from March 4 to 6 next year in Paris, remains the premier event, of course, for the composite industry, and everyone that are listening this LinkedIn Live is more than welcome to join us for this grand festival of composites next year.
So yes, the grand festival in March 2025 in the composites industry, connecting the world. Okay, Elmar, I've checked the press release. It is about a Markterhebung, it's called. But now I don't know whether that is really international or a national one.
It's a national one. So we ask our not national one, but we are asking our member companies and the member companies of Composites United and the member companies of the VDMA, the Association for the Machinery Producers. And we 2 times a year make a survey and ask these companies, how is the economy doing at the moment? And the publication you mentioned was the result of this survey, but just documenting what I already said, that companies are not happy with the economic situation itself at the moment. Mm-hmm. Neither the situation in the industry nor their own situation. So it's really,
So we now have a press release. I can tag that also in the comments. I will tag and link also in the comments your registration button to JEC Forum DACH. As Anke said, she's inviting you as a seller. There are a few more slots available for JEC Forum DACH. Please make up your mind, inform yourself on the JEC Forum DACH's website, get in touch with Anke and her team, and be there. It will be absolutely worth it. And we've seen how that all ties into the startup scene, the innovation awards of AVK. So overall, we have given you today a rounded figure of JEC Forum DACH, what to expect. Thank you for watching our LinkedIn Live for the live participants. We thank also all our podcast guests, whether it is on YouTube podcast or on Spotify, Deezer, iTunes, and Co. Please connect with Ankerol, with Elmar, and myself if you listen right now to the Composites Launch podcast. And yeah, maybe you want to be also my guest in the future. You see, we have a vibrant community that is active on LinkedIn and all these social media channels in order to promote our message of creating sustainable value or connecting the world through composites. Thank you so much, Ankerol, for being my guest today.
Welcome. Thank you to you.
And thank you, Elmar, also for always your constant support in getting composites into the markets. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.